Слава Україні!
The Wasteland at times can be a violent and dangerous place. While there are those who try to factionalize and form some form of society with law and order, there are those who follow their animal-like instincts, hunting, raiding, and murdering, having no morals or care for the attempts at forming new society. These individuals, known as wild raiders, often stay alone. However, though at times they will form into dangerous groups. Often these groups don't last long, though, as they end up betraying and murdering one another in attempts at having more supplies or whatever other reason they may have. The Spartan Legion attempts to protect a small group of unarmed civilians traveling from one settlement to another. The Spartans are mainly neutralistic faction. However, though, they waste no time in seeking revenge for the fallen. Whilst saddened by the deaths of their comrades and the civilians that were charged to their protection, the Spartans realize that the area that they have now occupied is rather strategically well placed, as well as being good within resources. Several boxes are discovered inside holding certain items of value, as well as being an abandoned electrical power plant. While it's not been the greatest day for the Spartans, the Red Guard and the new army certainly have had an improvement. An agreement is reached where no firing would be exchanged between the two sides on either side of the river, designating the area safe for anyone to come by, even crossing the bridge if they wish to. Surprisingly enough, with this agreement, the new army immediately set up a barricade on their half of the bridge, raising eyebrows from the Red Guard, but not necessarily concerning nor upsetting them, as they had no desire or wish to cross to their side to begin with. With the successful talks with the new army, the Red Guard now seek out the Abyss, negotiating with them a peace and an alliance. This peace and alliance is agreed to. However, though, from the talks, something else surprising comes up, and a unique solution is found. The area in question is the formerly flooded house. Being torn down and scrapped by both sides, it was initially declared neutral ground in which neither side would occupy. This, however, is changed. It is in its place is a bar built purely of wood from the trees cut down outside. The bar is permanently guarded by a member of the Abyss and the Red Guard. No one is allowed weapons. Despite being shared territory, anyone is welcome, wanderers and other faction members alike, so long as they are willing to keep the peace. The bar is surprisingly well built, hosting a small lounge area with a TV and a bookshelf, and an old music player, as well as a small kitchen, hosting some supplies and food for those who wish to eat. A comfortable bar area for people to drink and forget the day's worries, as well as 2 private eating areas. The Aristonians, reeling in shock at the speed and efficiency of the Scorchan's rescue operation, angered at the poor performance of the soldiers designated to guard them. They immediately begin to plot revenge for the deaths of their comrades. However, though, with the loss of the manpower, they cannot exactly set out to bring this revenge just yet. Meanwhile, the Scorchans celebrate their successful rescue operation, as well as breaking into the bunker, making some shocking discoveries on the inside. With the additional manpower, they are now able to dig in and properly fortify their position, feeling more secured on the radio tower with sandbag fortifications and 1 concrete fortification. the concrete slabs being salvaged from the nearby construction site. Whilst happy with their gains, they ever are weary of those who might be watching them. With the successful negotiations of peace with the Red Guard, the new army can now set about improving their base as well as expanding. The first operation is that of cleaning up the base. Debris, trees, rubble, and all is cleared away successfully. Now with a more open plan, they can now begin proper constructions of better facilities. One of the improvements being a new guardhouse, being properly cleaned out and rebuilt with some new bricks, as well as a proper storage facility and barracks, made of composite materials, easily deconstructible and constructible. The successful recruiting of the 3 civilians turns out to be a surprised bonus, as one of the civilians was a construction worker. He is able to help within construction projects that the new army has in the future. The second and much larger operation is that of going back to the radio tower and fully deconstructing the building and stripping it of all and any supplies. This operation, however, though, carries a risk. Being right on the doorstep of the Scorchan, the new army is willing to take such risk, having strict orders, though, to fall back should they come under fire. It would seem the operation is a success. The area is secured without Scorchan firing a shot, though will this stand is yet to be seen. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know it wasn't a whole lot of fighting or action, just like the previous one. The Spartans are now introduced. Next episode, I will tell you that we are introducing the organization. They both have become active enough that they can be included into the Wasteland series. So this, you see this red blood patch just beyond that. That's where the Spartans are set up now. So if any of you are thinking, I want to claim that area because no one's there, well, it is now. So just above that, the Spartans' new position. That kind of complex building area, that there is neutral ground. No one can claim it because it's the main road for reinforcements for different factions to reach to them. You see a road that goes down the middle. When you call on for more supplies or soldiers, they will transport down here. They're out of reach of the Spartans, so they won't be ambushed by them. No one can block the road. This is just kind of a territory that everyone can agree not to attack. So there won't be any setting up in this main building, but to the left of it or above it will be claimed territory, maybe by the organization. You guys can also just outline a patch of woods or whatever and say, I want to set up a camp here. You're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to have a building or a certain location or iconic location to be yours. So yeah, that's about it. I've come up with an idea to kind of boost the entertainment part of these videos. Entertaining part of these videos is a random events kind of channel. So I will announce a random event, like there is a disease with a horde, or there is maybe like some kind of, I don't know. Can't really think of much. Like maybe there's a plane crash with some civilians and supplies that you guys can all fight over. I don't know, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, that'll be something I'm doing to help kind of spice things up a little bit. I'll give factions an entire day or two to respond to whatever the event is. If your faction doesn't respond, I mean, you have 2 whole days, so you should be able to, but if you don't, your faction's not only not going to do anything, but if it's an event like, they're being attacked by something, like a horde, they're not going to respond to it properly. They'll be on return fire, and they'll be on hold position, so, you guys will be wiped off the map, and that's going to be your own fault for not being active. So hopefully this encourages you guys. Let's see. Actually, no, I think now that's it. So, actually, no, one last thing. You see this patch of red right here? I'm not too sure of what it is. I can't really think of anything. But if you guys look at that and you say, you know, this could be a unique piece of ground or something, maybe the site of a massacre, or, you know, who knows what. Give some history or something behind it. Again, sorry for the lack of action and fun, but I do hope you're enjoying this, and I do want to continue. I am going to be doing some other videos. Interwar, definitely going to be getting back to that mod. Rise of Nationality, something big there to talk about. So that'll be talked about in the next video that I do. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good morning, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world, and see you soon.